Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be talking about some of my most read authors. I recently saw Heather at Bookables do this video and I was like, that's so interesting, and she mentioned how Goodreads has a way for you to actually look at this super easy. So if you go to your books where it lists all your bookshelves on the left hand side, if you go towards the bottom, they'll have a little link that says most read authors. You can click on it and it tells you. So I thought that was really cool, and I saw mine and I was a little bit surprised because I hadn't really ever thought of this. I mean, one author comes to mind as my most read. I was like, for sure I know my most read author, and yeah, I'm right. But when I saw some of the other ones, I was kind of like, oh yeah, I didn't really think about that, but I have read a lot of books by them. This list isn't super surprising. This isn't going to be a super long video or anything, but I thought it was kind of fun and wanted to share and would love to talk about all of your most read authors. So let's just go ahead and start. Oh, I will say I didn't count novellas. Goodreads does count novellas, so anything you've rated by that author and marked as read, it counts. So I didn't count novellas just because I feel like those aren't full books. They're kind of just little extras for a series. First, most read author, I'm gonna get this one out of the way. Cassandra Clare, obviously. I've read 11 books from her: the 6 Mortal Instruments, the 3 Infernal Devices, and the 2 Dark Artifice books. So that's 11. I actually haven't read Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy or the Bane Chronicles, but those are definitely on my list to read before the next, before her next book comes out. Those will be read eventually, but actually tying her, I didn't think I had read as much from another author as I've read from Cassandra Clare. So she actually ties for the first position, which I didn't expect. And so the second author that I've also read 11 books from is Rochelle Mead. So I know the Vampire Academy is a long series, so I didn't really think about it when I was, thinking about this video. But yes, read the entire Vampire Academy series, and then I've also read part of the spin-off series, The Bloodlines. So I read Bloodlines, Golden Lily, The Indigo Spell, and The Fiery Heart. I actually haven't finished that spin-off series, which is kind of upsetting. So I haven't read the Silver, oh my gosh, I can't think of the title, something with Silver, and the last book, The Ruby Circle. I haven't read those last 2 books, and I actually really didn't hear good things about the end of the series, so it really doesn't motivate me to continue on with it. So I would love to hear your thoughts on that spin-off series. And then I also read The Glittering Court, which I wasn't a huge fan of. It was good, but I didn't love it. But the Vampire Academy series is one of my favorites. I do love that series, and I actually read the Vampire Academy graphic novel. So I don't know if that makes it 12, making her my most read, but I just didn't really consider that. I mean, it's her story, but it's almost like rereading the Vampire Academy. It's not a new story, so I didn't technically count it. I'm just going to say those 2 are tied for first place. Next is kind of a big jump down. I've read 8 books from this author, and that is Jennifer L. Armentrout. I actually kind of forgot about her when I was thinking about this video. I was like, oh yeah, I've read quite a few Jennifer L. Armentrout books. So I read all of the Lux series, 5 books. I still haven't read Oblivion, which I believe is maybe the first book from Damon's point of view. It's something from Damon's point of view. I still haven't read that one. I read Don't Look Back, and I read her new adult series, Wicked and Torn. Love that series. Would totally recommend if you're into new adult, urban fantasy, paranormal, set in New Orleans, so that's super fun. And there's also a lot of humor in the book, which I appreciate, and there's an awesome romance. So yeah, I love the Wicked series. I can't wait for the next book to come out. Oh my gosh, it took so long for Torn to come out. Now I can't wait for the 3rd one. Yeah, lots of Jennifer L. Armentrout, and I plan to read more from her. Her books are just so fun and addictive. Love her writing. This next one is no surprise. Coming in at 7 books, J.K. Rowling. So the entire Harry Potter series, 7 books. I haven't read anything else by J.K. Rowling, none of her other books that are under a pen name. I haven't read any of those. And I also didn't read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, but I do want to, but I know that's not totally by her. And I haven't read any of Fantastic Beasts or Quidditch Through the Ages or any of those books. I still have a little bit in the Harry Potter world to read. This one I was surprised when I glanced at the list and I saw this author's name. I was like, wait, really? But then I was like, oh yeah. So I read 6 books from Marie Lu. I read the Legend trilogy and I read the Young Elites trilogy. I love both of those. I love Marie Lu's books and her writing. It's so fast paced, but you just really connect to the characters, and I love her endings to series. They're so bittersweet. They rip your heart out, but then kind of leave you satisfied. So both of those trilogies are really, really good. So I have 2 more to mention. Next one, John Green. So read all of his books: The Fault in Our Stars, Looking for Alaska, An Abundance of Catherines, Paper Towns, Will Grayson, which he co-wrote with David Levithan, so I don't know if that counts. And then Let It Snow. So is that 6 books or 5 books? I don't really know. He didn't totally write Let It Snow and Will Grayson. Who knows? It doesn't really matter. Who really cares what the exact count is? But yes, I love John Green. I think he's probably my favorite author. Anything he writes, I will read. And I just connect to his writing. I know he's not everyone's cup of tea. The Fault in Our Stars is my favorite. I have to say Paper Towns, I think, is my second favorite. An Abundance of Catherines is my third, and then Looking for Alaska is my least favorite. I liked Looking for Alaska, but An Abundance of Catherines I just thought was so hilarious. I was laughing out loud, and I really enjoy math, and I loved all the math jokes and puns that he integrated into that book. I liked that one just a little bit more. I just enjoyed it more than Looking for Alaska. Looking for Alaska is just really dark and sad. I mean, it's an important story, it's well written, but I just didn't totally fall in love with it. And then lastly, Stephenie Meyer. Read the whole Twilight series, obviously, and The Host, so this one's not really anything crazy to talk about. But I will say, still a Twilight fan. I know everyone hates on it. I know it's not the most well-written thing out there, but it got me into reading, and I just have to love it because of that. And for me, it just brings back so many memories of just falling into a book and like totally immersing myself in the story, and that's something I had never done before, so it just has such a special place in my heart because of that. And then The Host was good. I liked The Host a lot, but I haven't read anything else. I want to read The Chemist, which she came out with kind of recently, so I do own it and I would like to read The Chemist. Those are my most read authors. Honestly, like, it's not that many. Besides Cassandra Clare and Rochelle Mead, I haven't read that many books from one author. I kind of read a few books from a lot of authors, is more of my style, but I thought this would be a cool video to make, just to have to look back on in the future once I read more and kind of see at this point in my life what were my most read authors. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know in the comments your most read authors. If you recommend any authors or series to me that I maybe haven't read. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. I will see y'all very soon. Bye.